Hello, hello, and welcome to the Feel Good Show, where our intention is to have you leave the show feeling good about feeling good. Now, you may know if you've seen the show before that well, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining me today. Today I don't have a guest, so I'm on my thoughts, so I really welcome your participation. Before I start, well, I'm going to do a little uh, prayer that will I just want to invite the higher power. Just take part in this with me if you want to. I'm going to invite the higher power just to be present with us today, to be present in this show and to help us to get the very best out of this, yourself and me, and to guide us so that you can gain the knowledge that I'm going to impart to you today, and that you can use it in a positive way, and everything that you would love for yourself. So let's get going. We're live now on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So any of those channels you can use to join me today. I'm going to put the chat on so that you can send your comments. Let me see where it is at the moment. Okay, I'm going to put that on in a little while, but I'm glad you're here with me. And today I'm going to give you, as usual, I'm going to give you tips on how to help yourself end the pains and boost your immune system, etc. When you have developed degenerative diseases. And today I'm going to give you a simple, effective recipe that you'll enjoy while doing so, because all the recipes I give you are recipes that you'll truly enjoy while they are healing you or helping you to control or manage the pain or the discomfort that you get from degenerative diseases. And just so you know, the format for the show is normally that I give you some tips while I'm making the recipe, and you join with me if you want to. Those people who join with me, I normally would have sent them the ingredients for today's recipe, and they just follow along while I'm doing it. Today, I don't have, like I said, I'm repeating myself. I don't have a guest, but I will be doing a presentation for you. The recipe that I'm going to show you is a natural probiotic, which I have used in my programs over the decades. So it's a tried and proven one. Excuse me a moment. It's a tried and proven recipe. And then I would normally sit and yam and lavish with my guest. If you've not been on the show before, nyam is an old African word for eat, and we use it in Jamaica, nyam. And lavish is a Jamaican word for talking, chatting, chilling. So we're still going to chat and chill, because you can reach me on the comments, but I won't have the guest here with me, so I'll be all on my talk today. All right, so the final part of the show, after we've done our lavishing, is to have a meditation, so you can leave the show feeling calm, relaxed, and hopefully to keep those feelings with you for the rest of the day. And the recipe, like I said, is going to help you manage degenerative diseases such as diabetes, cancer, arthritis. Excuse me a moment. That camera has gone dim. Uh, just 1 second. It's back now. Okay, it dimmed a minute there, so it's checking connection. So It's managing degenerative diseases such as diabetes, cancer, arthritis, high blood pressure, prostate issues, neurological issues such as depression, anxiety, uh, ooh, anxiety, and Alzheimer's, and that kind of degenerative uh, neurological condition. And these recipes that I'm giving you every week are very, very potent, very, very potent. They've worked for hundreds of my clients in the past who I've helped to rid themselves completely of degenerative diseases. And what I'm sharing with you is what I've shared with them, with hundreds of them who have reversed, like I said, their degenerative diseases. Every week, if you would want to join me in making the recipe the following week, I will send you the recipe and I'll tell you where you can go to click to put your email address in so I can send you the ingredients beforehand and have you guessing what recipe I'm going to do. And then you can join me. You can get the ingredients yourself and join me in preparing them the next week. A lot of my clients like to do that. They like to join me because when I had the clinic prior to going online, they used to come to me once a week and we'd have food preparation as part of the afternoon. So, by the way, if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Kalefa. I am a holistic health and nutrition doctor and transformational trainer. I've helped countless people over the last 2 decades to rid themselves completely of degenerative diseases using methods that include raw food and herbs, which form a very integral part and very effective part of the process of healing. And um, my programs, I have programs which I run online now, they're now online. And I've been doing this for over 20 years, like I said. I've helped hundreds of people, like I said. And so if you are at that stage where you have degenerative diseases, you want to change your life right now, then you're just tired of the pills, the pain, the fatigue, the mental and physical degeneration. You just want to change your life and you're ready to move on. Then this is the place for you. Go to the link in bio. You can click the descriptions in the links once this is up. Tomorrow, by tomorrow, the descriptions should all be there. Or you can also go to link in bio on Instagram and click the links in there. There are links in there to everything that I tell you about. You can also book a short chat with me, or you can book a consultation with me. You can purchase 2 of the books that I've completed already on there as well, the super drinks and the super shakes. And you will also be having access on that sales site to my herbal remedies, the ones that I use in the program if you're on the program, and also other herbal remedies, which I am gradually adding to the site. And the other thing that you'll be able to purchase are my goddess gowns. Yes, I'm wearing one today. Let me give you a spin and show you. You can't really see it properly. This one has trousers with it. But I make them and so many people have been asking me about them, so I'm making them available to you to order. So the pictures and everything will be up online, and there's a lot more versions coming as well. So all of those will be online for you to purchase. And now that the page is up and running, I can start adding more things on there and making them available to you. And also, I almost forgot, I need to remind you of my Dancing with Drums, which started last week. And that is on Thursday morning at 10 a.m. EST. It's called Dancing with Drums. And the reason for that is because we're going to be dancing to the drums with the African drums. We're going to be beating the drums. If you don't have a drum, don't worry, we improvise. Okay, so come along. And it's not about formal dancing, it's about just letting go. So just let go, unplug, unwind, and just let go and shake out all the stress and the trauma, especially the intergenerational trauma which has built up over 500 years within us, because apparently the trauma that we accumulate not just in our everyday life but in our ancestors, through our ancestry, actually stays in our DNA, and we have to treat ourselves in order to get rid of all that stuff. So I have a program that I run which incorporates releasing trauma and intergenerational trauma and PTSS, which describes nowadays post-traumatic slave syndrome. So this is just a version of what we do in the class on Thursday mornings. It's a lot of fun, actually. So come and join me. And if you can't join me, it's going to be on these different mediums as well. So you can go and you can actually use it for your morning exercise, because it's so great. You get all your happy chemicals stirring out, endorphins, dopamine, all of those happy chemicals, getting them flowing in a great way before you start your day, which is really, really wonderful. Okay, so don't forget, yes, before I start with the recipe, don't forget to share, to like, and to subscribe. Go ahead, share, like, subscribe, so that I can build this and continue to give you valuable information, and to Nyam and lavish with you, of course. Okay, so now I am going to, normally I'd be interacting with my guest. I can't see the comments though here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Just give me a moment. Let me see if I can find the comments. Um, okay, here is the comments. All right. So the comments is up now, so you can actually send me comments while I am preparing the recipe and doing everything here. Okay. So the recipe for today is sauerkraut. And you might be wondering what sauerkraut is. It's actually a German word to describe. It's a natural sauerkraut, which is a form of probiotic. I'm sure you've heard or you've probably been told that you need probiotics in your body, etc. And this is a natural version. You can buy the pills and all of that, but why do that when you can actually just knock it up yourself? So if you have a pen and paper, this is a good time to, if you don't have one, this is a good time to get a pen and paper, and I'll mention the recipe again later. If I don't, just remind me, okay? I sometimes get so involved in what I'm doing that I forget the comments things there. If anything, I'll put it in the comments as well for you. But you're going to need 1 medium cabbage shredded. You're going to need 1 cup of carrots, and I forgot to buy the carrots yesterday, so I don't have any carrots, but you can still go ahead without it. You're going to need 2 onions, the purple onions, yes, preferably. But you can use white onions as well if you don't have any purple ones. The white onions are just stronger. The purple ones are described sometimes as sweet onion because they're not as strong as the white ones. 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1.5 cups of water, and 3 teaspoons of chili powder, just a dash of cayenne pepper. You don't have to put the chili in if you don't want to, but the pepper does help with the digestive issues that you might be having. And you're going to have the juice of 1 lime, or if you can't get lime, use lemon juice, and 3 teaspoons of sea salt. My preference with the salt is the as I've said before, Celtic sea salt. My second preference is the Himalayan pink salt, but the Celtic sea salt tends to have this wonderful taste that I personally like. So that's one medium cabbage shredded, 1 cup of carrots shredded, two purple onions or sweet onions, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1.5 cups of water, 3 teaspoons of chili powder, a dash of cayenne, the juice of 1 lime or lemon, and 3 teaspoons of sea salt. Okay, and a bowl, you're going to need a bowl to mix it all in. And you're going to need also a mason jar, something like this one, that you can use to store it. Yes, because we're going to leave it to ferment, and you need to have a glass jar, not a plastic one, and something like a little tea cloth to cover over the jar while it's fermenting. Okay, so without further ado, let's get going. So I have my ingredients here already prepared to save us some time, and I'm short myself a cup of water. So I'm going to just get a cup of water here. And then we're going to put all our ingredients into the bowl. As you can see, my favorite bowls and things are stainless steel. They You don't get any plastics or any dangerous chemicals absorbing into the recipes. And I've already shredded the cabbage, as you can see. Oh, I added also today, I added some garlic. So you can put 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, crush them, and put them in as well. So I've got the onions and garlic here. You can see the purple onions. I don't know if you can make that out. So I'm going to put that in. And oh, let me give my little hand wash here. Okay, so the next thing we're going to put in is our apple cider vinegar. And I've got the lemon here because limes are out of season here at the moment. So I had to get lemon instead myself. And this is a bit, I put the cayenne and the chili together. So that's a bit of cayenne and chili there. Okay. And oh, the water, of course. 1.5 cups of water. There we go. And what you do next is to massage this with your hands. So you're going to massage it so that you squeeze the juices out. And so you give it a good massage. Oh, I haven't put the salt in, sorry. What was it? Oh, I have to do this myself. It's 3 teaspoons of salt. So let me do that. Where's my teaspoons? Just give me a moment here. I washed up everything. So teaspoon, teaspoon. And it's 1, 2, and 3. Okay. All right, so let's massage this. I love this bit actually. It's like kneading the flour. We make dumplings this way by kneading the flour and turning it into either fried. Well, I don't do so much fried, but that's Jamaican dumplings. Jamaica is famous for its dumplings, and I make some sometimes, but I use my friend's breadfruit flour. She makes breadfruit flour, as I showed you the other week, and that's a much healthier way. The wheat flour is not good. The ordinary flour that you'd buy out there is not a good idea. But they do have other types of flour, natural flours, if you go into the health food store. And like I said, my friend makes breadfruit and other types of flour here that she is putting online as well. So we've massaged it there, and it's got lots, there's water in it, but the juices come out as well. You can see there, yes. And I'm going to, you need to pack this very tightly into the mason jar. So I'm just going to add it, and then I'm going to pack it. Yeah. Pack it into the jar. And I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you about the reasons why I'm actually showing you how to make this. This is one of the things I show my clients to do when, or my students when they are in my class. One of the things I show them up front how to make so that it can be ready. It takes about a week of fermenting for it to be ready. And then after that, you can start to eat it, but you keep it fermenting. The longer you keep it fermenting, the nicer it tastes. And I find that when people actually make this, they get to love it so much that they continue to eat it and continue to use it long after. Of course, this is just a medium cabbage. You can double up on that and make as much as you like. You can double up or triple up on the recipe, which a lot of people do, and use larger or more than one jar. Okay, so that is really done. That's how simple that is. And what we're going to do, I'm going to put this little tea towel over the top. You don't want to put the cover on because you want air to be able to get into the jar, because remember, you're going to ferment it. So you don't want to just seal it up. And I'm going to just put this piece of string around it. Hold on, let's make this a little bigger. And you can use an elastic band. Or a ribbon or something. I'm using the string because I couldn't find my elastic bands today. So mine is the piece of string, and it's going to hold it just as well as if it were an elastic band. There we go. Right, so I've covered it, and air can still get to it through the cloth, but no insects or anything can get into it. And you're going to leave that outside of the fridge. Yes, remember, you're fermenting it, and if you put it in the fridge, the fermentation will stop. So you don't want to do that. So you just leave it on the counter and just check on it every now and again. And after 7 days, you can start eating it. And people often say to me, how do you eat it? It tastes absolutely gorgeous as an hors d'oeuvre, or you can just put it next to your food as you would coleslaw. I love it on crackers, which I make, and also like rice biscuits. I put the cheese. I showed you raw cheese the other week, and I put the cheese on, spread the cheese on the biscuits, and then put this on. And if avocados are just going out of season here at the moment, but if you have avocados, it's great with that. So you put a bit of raw cheese on your crackers or biscuits. Make sure they're natural. Then you put your coleslaw, you put your avocado pieces, and perhaps even some cucumber, and it is just absolutely divine. And at the same time, it's doing lots and lots of good for your stomach, your digestive system, etc. So why probiotics? If you're noticing signs of foggy memory, foggy thinking, memory loss, or any other cognitive dysfunction, or thyroid disorder, or depression, anxiety, general changes in your mood, um, uh, depression, like I've said, very. I will say to you, the reason why it affects you neurologically with depression, anxiety, etc., is because we used to believe that serotonin, which is the body's happy, one of the body's happy chemicals, actually was all produced in the brain. But they've recently discovered that the majority of it, I think it's something like 90 something percent of our serotonin, the hormone that helps you to prevent depression, actually is produced in the gut. So this is why the gut must be healthy. Happy chemicals, happy hormones. Um, uh, if you're getting chronic fatigue, sleep dysfunction, joint pain, abdominal pain, bloating, excess gas, or any imbalances in your digestive health, you need this will help you while you are sorting the problem. This is not a cure all, but this will help to alleviate the discomfort that you are feeling. And also, you're not supposed to take this on a continuous basis for long periods of time. So, it's a great way to alleviate the symptoms while you are fixing the cause of the problem. Um, and then probiotic may help you, like I said, to temporarily deal with that. It will aid in digestion and in the absorption of your food. It will help prevent diarrhea. It will restore balance in the bacteria in your gut by replenishing your healthy bacteria while it's fighting the pathogens and the toxins. Um, you have well, you've probably heard a lot, I would say, about bad bacteria, just like you hear things about bad cholesterol. But there really is no bad bacteria as such, because the bacteria is essential as they're the scavengers. They clean up the debris when your body isn't functioning the way it should, when you're in ill health. And when you have a problem, they proliferate. They multiply, and it's so that they can actually do the cleansing job that they do. So when you have what is known as a proliferation of bacteria, high bacteria, it's really because they are there to clean up the toxins and the pathogens that your body is unable to deal with on its own because it's not functioning the way it should. Natural probiotics, such as these fermented foods, will give you temporary relief. Yes, temporary relief. But the cause of your problem must be removed for you to achieve long term benefits and prevent continued deterioration. Okay, so this recipe is great for helping you along the way, but don't make it a permanent thing. You need to go and find out what is going on with you, why your body is breaking down, which is what is happening. Okay, so I am going to now do a presentation. Yes. Normally, I would now be yamming and lavishing with you, but I'm going to do a presentation, and this presentation is about the development of disease in the human body. So I'm going to talk about how, from my perspective, what I have studied, and it's obviously working because I have helped so many clients to rid themselves of degenerative diseases. And I'll give you my website. It's actually up there on the scroller as well, where you can go to take a look at the testimonials of people. Some just a few of the people who have been through my programs and have rid themselves of these degenerative diseases. Okay, so disease is said to happen in stages, and the seven stages of disease. Let me go to the beginning here of this. Uh, just 1 second. Um, Give me a minute there from the beginning. Okay. All right. So I'm going to start by reading you a quote which I find is so appropriate for the times that we're in. And it says, in spite of all the great advances in many branches of science, we are still in a period of prehistory, a dark age in our thinking about health and disease and healing. What the world sorely needs is a new concept of health, a different orientation of thoughts, words, and deeds than we have been led to accept for umpteen generations is now urgently called for. And this was by a past, I'm not sure if he's still with us, past naturopath, Dr. Keiki Sidwa. Okay, so I'm going to define nutrition because many people tend to think nutrition is just food. Yeah, they think I'm going to change my diet, and that's the nutrition. Nutrition does not mean food alone. Nutrition is the sum of all the processes that supply, develop, and sustain our faculties and functions at the optimal level of existence. That means it's the total of all that supplies life's needs is nutrition. Yeah? Um, so with that, I'm going to go on to talk about what forms our current state of health, and what is what you take into your body for once, food, drink, air, medication, everything you take into your body is one of the things that forms your current state of health. Your body's ability to eliminate, the effectiveness of your colon, your kidneys, your liver, your lymphatic system, your skin, all dictate the current state of your health. The ability of your circulation, your body to be able to circulate the blood around your system. And that really comes from exercising, the frequency of movement from exercise. Um, and your emotional and spiritual health also comes into play. Chronic negative emotions, fear, worry, anger, resentment, etc., are all toxic. And negative thoughts can literally turn to poison, causing havoc in your body. In fact, your cells, the immune system, part of the immune system is the receptors on the outside of each of those cells in your body. And those cells are either, they have cells for receiving negativity and cells for receiving positive feedback. And when you are constantly worrying and are angry and are fearful and resentful, that negativity goes into your cell, yes? And it depletes your immune system. And obviously, if you're doing the opposite, that will build your immune system. Um, and by the natural law of attraction, you will attract more of what you are doing. So if you're building negativity in your cells, at a cellular level, you're definitely going to attract more negativity and put your body at greater risk of developing disease. So stress, yes, we all know now how dangerous stress is. And stress is definitely an emotional disease. It's one of the modern toxic situations that it's constant. As originally, as you probably know, it was meant to be just a way of the body protecting itself from danger. Now we live in constant stress and worry all the time, and that is a big factor in ill health. Spiritual cleansing is vital. And when I say spiritual cleansing, I'm meaning taking time out. Yes, we're meditating. We've lost touch with nature because we tend to live in these big built up areas, and we're so busy, or we tell ourselves we're so busy that you don't stop to smell the roses. But we have to do that. We have to learn to sometimes be still and know. Yeah. And when we are doing all these things, or we're not doing what we ought to be, this leads to what is known as low nerve energy or nervous exhaustion. Insufficient nerve energy. The body now has insufficient nerve energy to rid itself of poisons and wastes. And this is what we call toxicosis or toxemia, where the blood becomes saturated with toxins. So the body is a single unit. People tend to think that the body, because they're getting pain in a particular area or a particular part of the body, they think that that is isolated in that area. But the body is one unit. It's a body of body, mind, and spirit. And when disease affects us, it affects the entire body, the entire physical body, um, and our spiritual body and our mental body. And the affected part is a focal point where the toxic elimination is, where the body is trying to get rid. Our bodies are always trying to make us well. Yes, the first law of life is the law of self-preservation, and our bodies will try to preserve our health and our life at all cost. Yeah, so the body is trying to eliminate these toxic materials from our system, but the system is incapable of doing that because it's broken down. Yeah, so no part of our system is not involved, consciously or unconsciously. The part becomes overloaded. Say, for instance, you start getting pains in certain parts of your body. That is because that's more susceptible. That becomes overloaded with toxins because the body itself is overloaded, and that local organ or local part is unable to cope. And the body, we don't really know this all the time, but it's the body that initiates disease as a healing crisis. Yeah, the body's trying to heal you when it initiates disease. So let's take a more detailed look at how this occurs, what these 7 stages of the development of disease is. It's a series of bad choices. And I had a young lady come to one of my programs many years ago, and I've never forgotten her. I've had other experiences, but I think because she was one of the very first ones. She was 28 years old, she had 3 children, and she came on the program and she said, "I'm on the program because I had a heart attack." She said, "I was healthy. I was healthy. Everything was fine. And then one day I just um, had a heart attack. I think she had angina during the night." And I said to her, "No, you were not healthy. You were not fine, because that would have taken some time to build up in your system. That had been building up for quite some time. And for someone as young as yourself, it must have been quite, what you were doing was quite damaging to your system." So disease is a process. Yes? It's not something you don't wake up one day and say, "Oh, I've got diabetes," or "Oh, I just had a heart attack," or "Oh, I've got cancer." It's been building up over a period of time. So number one, the first stage of disease is what I mentioned before, nervous exhaustion, where the body's nerve energies become so low because of what we're doing in our lifestyle, our thinking, our lifestyle, all of these things that have this impact on our health. And another word for nervous exhaustion is enervation. And when that happens, the body is not able to eliminate poisons. It becomes uh, unable to eliminate the poisons from itself, not just through the digestive system, but your lymphatic system as well. And if you don't do something about it, that deterioration will develop into what I mentioned before, which is toxemia or toxicosis, when the blood, the tissues, the lymph system, and everything, the fluids become totally saturated with toxins, which are poisons. The third stage is called irritation, where the nerves begin to sense it. And you start to feel uneasy, you start to feel itchy and queasy, and you start to get some painful areas. You start to get pains where you never used to, and you know something is wrong. But most people tend to just go and maybe get over-the-counter drugs or something and try to ignore it for as long as possible. And the fourth stage is called inflammation. This is where the body becomes inflamed, and this is when the problem is severe. And this involves pain, like I said, and can't be ignored anymore because of the pain. And the body begins now to close down for protection. And the first thing that you will find that closes down is the intestinal tract, because that our digestive system uses up an enormous amount of the body's energy. So in order, like I said, the first law of life, the law of self-protection, the body closes down the digestive system in order to preserve that energy, to put that energy towards its efforts in healing. So it redirects that energy and concentrates those toxins in your organs of elimination. So though that's where you get the inflammation, because all the toxins, the body is now trying to concentrate them in the organs of elimination, but the organs are not functioning. So what happens is that the area becomes inflamed. And most people at that stage will go to the doctor because of the pain mainly. And they will go to the doctor, and the doctor will tell them, well, you've got hepatitis or bronchitis, and or any itis. And itis just means inflammation, just means that area is where the inflammation is, because the toxins have been concentrated in those areas, maybe not just one area, but several areas over your body. And that eventually becomes chronic, and the body initiates fever, which is another stage in the healing crisis. It initiates fever in order to get find another way to get those toxins out. Yeah? And if you take drugs at this stage and suppress it, it's like you see a man out there drowning, and he's waving at you and saying, help me, help me, help me. And you run out to him and take a piece of stick and hit him over the head and tell him to shut up. Yes, because you're not, he's drowning, and you're adding to the problem. Yes, you're adding to the problem instead of treating the fever. You're actually adding to the problem. So your organs become saturated, the disease becomes destructive and degenerative at this stage. And this moves into the fifth stage, which is ulceration. This is where the cells, your body's cells, are now being destroyed at a staggering rate. As the cells are just being destroyed, the body's unable to survive because it's just unceasing, because you've not corrected the situation. It's just the toxic. It's just so toxic. and the tissues are becoming destroyed. And inside your body, it starts to form voids, which are described as ulcers. And the nerves becomes exposed, and this is where the pain becomes truly intense. This is where people will go back to the doctor and say, well, the painkillers are not working, yeah, and I need something stronger because it's reached this stage. So this can still be patched up and repaired if the cause of the problem is removed. Yes. If not, it moves to the sixth stage, stage six, which is described as induration, which is where the body tries to fill in the void with hard tissue. Yes. And it's like a internal scar. And all the toxic material is encapsulated in this hardened tissue. This is often called a tumor, and it's often diagnosed as cancer, but sometimes it is not yet cancer. And most times at that stage, it's not yet cancer, and it's still reversible. And if the condition persists, then the cells and the body's system begin to lose control completely. Yes, the cells become parasitic and start to feed off of the lymphatic fluid. They're no longer serving their purpose. Even the genetic coding is altered. And that leads to the final stage, which is stage seven, which is described as cancer. And this is where the cells are now totally incapable of any intelligent action. And if, but still, if the cause is removed at this stage and it's replaced with healthful practices, you may still arrest. And many people have found that they've arrested the cancer that they were told was incurable. And this is what happens because those changes have been made and the body is now getting what it needs in order to correct what has gone wrong. So the cells will divide now if the changes are made, if the cause is removed, the cells will still divide and flourish with nutrients. So basically, you just need to stop what you are doing to cause a disease and do what is necessary to create health. And I'll just read another quote here to end this part of our program. Dr. Otto Warburg was a German scientist, and he won the Nobel Prize for showing that the main cause of cancer is due to acidity in the human body. And he said, nobody today can say that one does not know what cancer and its prime cause is. On the contrary, there is no disease whose cause is better known, so that today ignorance is no longer an excuse that one cannot do more about prevention. So, and this is quite some time ago. So we can do better. Okay, so this is the end of the presentation for today, where I have talked to you. I miss my food. I miss eating and yamming and lavishing with you. So if you are someone who's interested in coming on the show and you want to join me, then you are welcomed. You're welcome. Let me do a wave here. I've got a thing here says on Instagram there's some waves. I've not been noticing them. Okay, so that's the presentation for today, and we are going to do our meditation now, and we're going to end the program after the meditation. And this week's meditation, make yourself comfortable while I'm bringing up the meditation. Make yourself as comfortable as you can. Just sit and where you're not going to fall over if you relax. And close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Hold the breath. And as you release, just let your body relax. Just decide you're going to enjoy these few moments of total relaxation that will take you into the rest of the day. Just let your body relax. Take another deep breath. And as you breathe out, just let go, let the muscles in your scalp relax. Feel the relaxation spread into your facial muscles, into your jaw. Allow your jaw to sag as you part your teeth and relax the tip of your tongue. And allow the relaxation to continue to spread into your neck, the muscles of your neck, out across your shoulders, down your arms, through your elbows, your wrists, all the way out to the tips of your fingers, and feel that large shoulder muscle across your shoulder blades relaxing. And allow the relaxation to just spread down your back into the small of your back. Now take a deep breath. And as you breathe out, just relax all the muscles in your chest internally and externally. Take another deep breath and relax the muscles of your abdomen internally and externally. Feel the relaxation as it spreads into your pelvic area, into your buttocks, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, the bottom of your feet, all the way out to the tips of your toes. And now just take another deep breath, and as you're breathing out, just scan your body from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. And if you feel any tension anywhere, just release it. Yes? Just pretend you're using your mind to rub it out and release it. Okay? And now you can join me in this meditation. It is called The Healing of the Flesh by Ernest Holmes. My flesh is manifest of the Spirit in my body. It is kept perfect through the law of God. In my flesh shall I see God. The mantle of flesh is perfect and complete here and now. It is one with the body of God and cannot be sick nor suffer. My flesh is perfect. Just continue to relax for a few moments more and just ponder on those words and how they affect your spirit. My flesh is perfect. And now just begin to bring your mind back to full awareness. And as you do so, keep those feelings of calmness, relaxation, tranquility with you, and continue to feel those feelings throughout the rest of the day and throughout the rest of the week, and for as long as you choose. And thank you again for joining me today. And I hope you're going to remember, I call it, what did I call it? STS, or something like that, uh, to subscribe, share, and like. SLS, actually. Share, like, and subscribe. Please remember to do that for me. Thank you so much for blessing me with your presence today. It is very, very much appreciated. And the show, I guess, was a little more serious than usual today. Normally, we have a lot more fun, but today it was a little more serious because we were talking about the development of disease. And I hope you will try this recipe. Look in the in the descriptions for the ingredients again. I hope you will try that if you need it. And also go to my link in bio and click on the buttons. You've got different buttons there for different things. You've got the ebooks which you can purchase, and one of them, the drinks one, is actually on sale at the moment, so it's a great time to buy. And you've got link to my website at drkalefa.com, where you can see the some of the programs. You've got a link to my landing page where you can see the entry level program, and you can also click to book a chat with me. And if you want a consultation with me, you can also book that as well. I think I've covered everything. Remember my Thursday morning show on the same mediums. You will find the Thursday morning show, 10 a.m. Dancing with Drums. And that's going to be really, really exciting this week because we're bringing in some other elements as well. And we'll all benefit from that, believe me. Um, so I believe I've covered everything. Go to my website, go to the link in bio, go to YouTube, and you will see the past programs as well. So that's it. I'm going to end the broadcast now. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.